Welcome, Brett Crowther with you to talk about another technical indicator. And let me tell you, this one I find a lot of people don't know about, at least those I talk to. And it's one called the market sentiment. It's down here in this yellow line going back and forth, and it's tied in closely to the market forecast. And I'll leave a link in here to the market forecast on what I've done before, but a real quick update. Basically, the market forecast has three different lines. It's going back and forth, and it shows basically different time frames of traders. You have day traders, you have swing traders, and the green line, which we'll focus on here, is more like trend traders. And what will happen is, we look at the overall, are they doing well, or is this in an overbought zone, or is this oversold zone? And just look at the overall, what's the overall sentiment to the trend traders, right? Well, I want to tie it in with the market sentiment. And then maybe a way to think of the market sentiment is looking at it as investors, those who are kind of riding out the little bumps, that are staying in it for quite a while until maybe the fundamentals on the stock change or something like that, or the market change. But the one way it's really good to interpret this, or one way you could interpret it, and let me just pick a spot here, is just kind of the pressure it puts on overall movements. Okay, so if we look here, we look at this this spot here. Market was taking a little bit of a dive, right? And you can see that the intermediate line with the trend traders was kind of oscillating. It had its ups, it had its downs, and so forth. But if you look at this, while the market sentiment was dropping here, it's almost like there was this wind that it had to run, into this, pushing it down, that kept it from really rising back up, and the overall rallies were just kind of muted, right? They really struggled to get very high. On the flip side, when the market sentiment started heading back up and was more bullish, and by the way, this can be bullish here when you're way up there in the upper echelons of the 0 to 100 range, but when it's more bullish, I mean, look at this. It didn't even drop back down, right? It was just strong to the upside, and the dips were very minor, as that bullish pressure, that wind, maybe you could say, just pushing it to the upside, just keeping it going up. And so it's interesting to see that. And so, what I'd suggest is take a look at it for yourself. Look at it on different stocks, see how it plays out, see if you can see that same type of pressure to help you understand what's the long-term movement here. Is it a short-term pullback, or is this something more significant? Are we seeing a full change in direction of the trend? Put your comments in there as well, and let's take a look at it and follow up on this, and I'll post other videos talking about some other technical indicators that hopefully will help you better interpret the market and better identify what's going on out there. All right, thanks for joining me.